Off to Tucson, Arizona from Los Angeles, Irma and I are reuniting with longtime friends who relocated to the southwestern desert city 3 years ago. Tucson, though growing fast, gets less attention than rival Phoenix, 113 miles northwest on Interstate 10. Phoenix, the state capital, has 1.6 million people compared to 542,000 in Tucson. Phoenix's Maricopa County has more than 4 million Arizonans, Tucson's Pima County 1 million. Phoenix has the Major League Baseball Arizona Diamondbacks, the NFL Arizona Cardinals, NBA basketball with the Phoenix Suns, the Arizona State University Sun Devils. By contrast, Tucson has little more than its beloved University of Arizona Wildcats, trailed distantly by indoor football and minor league baseball and hockey. So life in Tucson is a bit quieter. Dave Truslow, a retired businessman, and Lucinda Gray, a semi-retired psychologist with a thriving therapy practice, boisterously welcome us at the airport on Tucson's south side. En route to the northeast side, we take in the dramatic Catalina Mountains, clean air, manageable weekday traffic, the iconic saguaro cactus on the license plates, the fuzzy palo verde, and other local vegetation. Lazy Creek, one of many developments attracting mostly retired residents. We spend 5 days finding out why Dave and Lucinda chose life in Tucson. Dave has expertly adapted to his dry new surroundings, cultivating a hobby in desert gardening and proudly pointing out his plantings. What are the benefits of moving to Tucson, especially retiring in Tucson?
We came from California, so in looking at the cost of living indexes for various cities, California is about 3 times average, and Tucson is average. And so you get all the amenities of a big city with only an average cost. So that made it very attractive. Then we were close to California where our sons are, but far enough away that we're not in their life. Medical is incredible here. There's the university, there's all kinds of clinics and hospitals. It is geared for retired, older people.
And what in heaven's name brought you to Casablanca?
My health. I came to Casablanca for the waters.
The waters? What waters? We're in the desert.
I was misinformed.
What about life in the desert? What's that like?
The desert is easy to adjust to, except for 1 month, which is June. And that is, it's very hot, over 100 degrees, and absolutely no moisture. And all the plants that you see in Arizona have to live through this 1 month. And so they're very, very highly adapted. We get as much rain here as Los Angeles. We just get it in different portions. And we don't have the ocean to mitigate the temperature.
Tucsonans, as they call themselves, also may encounter desert wildlife. Bobcats, also locally called wildcats. Javelinas, wild boars. Real Arizona diamondbacks, sure enough. And the occasional mountain lion in semi-rural outskirts. Driving 10 miles west of town into the stark pyramid-shaped mountains festooned with saguaros, we get the full picture of arid nature at the Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. Admission a steep $22 for seniors. They've got dinosaur fossils from when the area was a shallow inland sea. An unfortunately captive mountain lion naps in the sun. Bighorn sheep pose on the rocks, and prairie dogs do their cute thing. Here, Arizona newcomers learn the difference between a saguaro, a barrel cactus, and an agave. Mostly what they have in common is spiny needles. As you wander, don't forget to take in water. You're in the desert, after all.
This is the nicest one I have.
In Arizona, a presidential battleground, Joe Biden beat Donald Trump in 2020 by 10,000 votes. Riled up backers of Trump's unsupported fraud claims besieged Phoenix's ballot counting center, but conservative Republican Governor Doug Ducey certified the election results. Playing to the base, Republican State Senate President Karen Fenn spent taxpayer money on a legally unsanctioned audit of Maricopa County ballots, fitfully conducted over the county's objections by a rookie Florida outfit called Cyber Ninjas. The performative partisan stunt backfired when Biden ended up with 360 more votes. Republicans have bare 2-vote margins in both houses of the legislature, but they are bulling through right-wing bills to restrict voting and abortion rights. That kind of thing does not go over well in Tucson. While Phoenix is a purple city tending red, Tucson is a purple city tending blue. Tucson is 40% Latino. In the government complex downtown, Democrats prevail. Mayor Regina Romero is Latina. Tucson's 2 members of the U.S. House of Representatives, Raul Grijalva and Ann Kirkpatrick, are Democrats. She is retiring after 2022.
Is this a state for liberals from California to move to and feel comfortable?
Well, this is the blue dot in the red states. Tucson is, yes. And so, yes, the state is a little conservative, sort of the cowboy Indian thing, but we have had no trouble. Of course, we don't date Republicans, but other than that.
Indians, since long before today's Tohono-O'odham tribe settled here, have lived in the Tucson area for 12,000 years. In 1700, Jesuit Eusebio Kino founded Mission San Javier del Bac, 10 miles south of what became Spain's San Agustin del Tucson settlement in 1775. Wild West Tucson was a military fort, a cultural center, Arizona's territorial capital from 1867 to 1877, a copper shipping railroad hub, too. In 1882 arrived Federico Jose Maria Ronstadt, a German-born maker of wagon and train wheels, founder of a commercial dynasty. Ronstadt's hardware was a fixture on 6th Avenue until 1984. Linda Ronstadt, Federico's great-granddaughter and an 11-time Grammy winner, is Tucson's top celebrity. Linda Ronstadt is yet another retired person in Tucson. She has come home, living not far from downtown. The Ronstadt Transit Center, a bus hub partly on the former site of the hardware store, is named not just for the singer, but for the entire prominent family.
Back there to the side.
Oh, that's what we want.
Tucson's former Amtrak station is now a commercial building in the booming Arts District. The historic Congress Hotel, dating from 1919, still anchors Congress Avenue. Bank robber John Dillinger was arrested here in 1934, later escaping from prison before the FBI gunned him down in Chicago. The men's room in the Old Line Hotel features a urinal that's like a horse trough, but the hotel's Cup Cafe is a hip spot for Sunday brunch. Home prices in Tucson are rising but relatively affordable. Styles vary from pre-statehood houses and modest bungalows in the valley's flats to million-dollar mansions lavishly landscaped with desert plants up in the hills with the city and mountain views. At one house, sculpture of copper miners in the Copper State. Nearby, La Encantada, an upscale shopping mall where we lunched at an Italian restaurant. Crown jewel of Tucson, the University of Arizona is one of the largest employers. Founded in 1885, 27 years before statehood, U of A now has 47,000 students and respected research, doctoral, and professional programs. Arizona Stadium, the football field, seats 50,000. Sightseeing outside Tucson, you can visit Tombstone, site of the shootout at the OK Corral. Or you can drive out to view the beautiful San Javier del Bac. Staying in the city, you can sample the arts or crafts fairs like the spring market sponsored by the Tucson Art Museum. Irma finds a necklace to her liking at one craft booth.
Do you like it?
Back home at Lazy Creek, Dave comments on Arizona's fevered politics.
It seems like we're subject to the same thing the rest of the United States is, just polarization.
Are your friends Democrats, Republicans?
Oh yeah, everybody we know is a Democrat.
One friend Dave and Lucinda have made, Bonnie Heidler, chair of the Pima County Democratic Party. She lives in Tanque Verde, an affluent East Side district where many residents keep horses. Some keep more exotic livestock.
Are the Democrats going to take both congressional seats in Pima County this time?
One of them is going to be tough, which is Ann's old one, and Grijalva has no problem. He will win.
What about Mark Kelly?
That's an interesting one. He's moderate enough that I think he might do it.
What makes Pima County so relatively purple?
Because we have the universities, what makes it blue? What makes it red is the rural area, what are considered rural areas. They consider this even rural. I don't, but they do. So a lot of Republicans out here live out here and beyond.
What's the morale of Democrats around here this year?
They're not quite motivated. They really aren't. And so we're trying to get them much more motivated. 19 and 20, those 2 years, they were throwing money at us. Just, here it is. Everybody was, when can we get out? When can we get out? When can we go? What can we do? How are we going to do this?
Because you had Trump going for it.
Right. And, I think we have democracy on the ballot this time. And that's what we're selling. But what we have to get the independents.
Congressmen Paul Gosar and Andy Biggs are famous for projecting an outspoken far-right point of view. But theirs are not the only voices of Arizona. In 2022, 5 of the state's 9 House members were Democrats, and Arizona has 2 Democratic U.S. senators at the moment. Mark Kelly, who was married to the gun-victimized former Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, and Kyrsten Sinema, a controversial maverick in the Arizona tradition of the late John McCain and Barry Goldwater. Evenly matched politics, sunshine, good doctors. It's enough to entice a lot of retirees like Dave.
All in all, would you advise people to consider moving?
No, don't come here. It's not in our backyard.